Hey, what's up, my YouTube fam? I'm back. This is Larry with the best credit repair channel out there, right? Because I'm bringing y'all real information. Today, we're going to be breaking down more information on trying to get 1099s removed from your credit report. We're going to dig deep on all the different strategies you can use and why you need to use this strategy. But first, let's this quick intro. All right, let's get into this video. So we are talking about charge-offs. We're going to talk about a couple of different topics. We're going to talk about charge-offs that have a 1099, charge-offs you do not have a 1099. We're going to talk about those strategies, and we're going to cover some things. So first, I want to get into the basics. I've been having a lot of people email me about 1099 charge-offs from all the videos I'm doing on charge-offs. Right, I still have a lot of people asking questions, so I want to define this process a little bit to make it so y'all can understand exactly what I'm talking about, how you should do it, and your strategies on trying to get these charge-offs removed with a 1099C and without a 1099C. All right, so first we're going to start off with what is a 1099C. A 1099C, and this is from IRS, is a notice to the IRS that the financial institution has forgiven or canceled a debt of $600 or more. All right, all you got to do is look up 1099Cs and the instructions for 1099Cs in the IRS. You also should, if you're going to have a 1099C, because it may affect your taxes depending on how much that 1099C, look up a form 982 for insolvency, being insolvent. So look that up. If you get a person with taxes, ask them about that, especially if you have 1099Cs that you need to report. So that is what a 1099C with the creditor. Now, when you see it on your credit report and it says charge off, all that's saying is just a terminology that the original creditor has closed this account, and this account has come from an open active account to a closed collection account. That's why they use charged off. Doesn't automatically mean they filed their taxes and charged it off on their taxes. Doesn't mean any of that. That is what the 1099C is. And we're going to get into how you can catch creditors not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Why is it so important to get a 1099C? Because for one, it tells you that this loan has been forgiven or canceled. So if you got a 1099C, in most cases, in some courts, not all courts, have said that when you issue a 10, you have forgiven or canceled the debt. The most important thing is I tell people to alleviate, because some courts say they still, a creditor can still go after you even though, because this 1099C is an IRS requirement, right? The IRS requires a creditor to do this. So some courts have deemed this says that they still can go after you for the debt, and the 1099C does not relieve the debt or them going after the debt. And listen, I want you to read. I'm going to read something too. If the finance institute issued a 1099C to you, it will probably not pursue you for the deficient balance because it is deducted the loss on the loan from its taxes. However, there are no guarantees the financial institution will not pursue you for the deficiency balance, then later amend its tax return. However, a chain of events is unlikely. Okay? So they may go back and amend their taxes. So this is what we need to be looking at. This is why I say it's so important to settle your charge-offs. Try to talk them down to the lowest amount settle the account, because once it's settled, they have no longer can go after you, right? And if you got that 1099C, now you can use that 1099C. The court cases on that 1099C, we're going to get deeper into that. So there are court cases that say that people have took these people to court. Bank of America, Bank of America, AmTrust, Franklin Credit Management. They have taken these people to court who have received the 1099C, have received the tax credit, and these courts have said it was unfair for you to continue to report this charge off on their credit report, right? And these are the court cases that you can, and I will post these court cases up for you. But you need to look them up. This is why I tell people it's important to at least settle the debt. Now, you don't have to worry about if they're going to come back after you. You don't worry about if they shiesty and they're going to go back and try to amend their taxes after they went after you. That is why you want to go ahead. It's unlikely they're going to go through that extra work to amend their taxes on that small debt. Mostly unlikely. They could do it, but it's mostly unlikely. So what you want to use these court cases, you want to settle the debt. It's more leverage. And I'm talking about people with 1099Cs. And then the other thing you want to do is you want to look at your credit report. So, I have a letter that I do, but I dig deeper. This letter talks about, I'm addressing a letter, the letter that was addressed to me for a charge-off account. I received a 1099C. The account was settled and a 1099C was issued, right? Then I go in, the courts have ruled it is inequitable, which is unfair to allow creditors to belatedly enforce an alleged debt after it's received a tax benefit from the charge-off, right? They send the IRS a 1099C. They received the tax credit. They sent you a 1099C for you to apply this to your taxes, right? So this is you trying to work the creditor with this, right? This is the letter I also put in play. In addition, I look at their credit report. How many inaccuracies are reporting? So like in this same letter is broken down where I go back, I say, in addition, I have listed 15 inaccuracies reporting on my, let's say, Bank of America account ending in this number, right? Between TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax credit bureaus. The inaccuracies are listed below. So I listed each one, and I'm going to tell you how I listed. Section 1681 S2B requires data furnishers to report accurate information. I have submitted my credit report to show all the inaccuracies reporting. And then this has been disputed with all 3 credit bureaus and request that they submit an ACDV form, which is an automatic dispute verification form, to the creditor. These are all the inaccurates that I'm reporting. Account status. TransUnion says derogatory. Experian says it was paid. And then Equifax is reporting derogatory. So you're only going to count the 2 that are different. The other one that's different, so you only want to report the 2. And then I said account number. Experian is reporting account number in a 4-digit, like 6585. Experian is reporting a long account number, 66249516789808. Then I said high credit. TransUnion is reporting a high credit of 54,494. Experian is reporting 0, and Equifax is reporting 5,100. Credit limit. Experian is reporting 5,100. Equifax is reporting 0. Date of last activity. TransUnion is reporting 10/30/2019. Experian is reporting 3/1/2021. And Equifax is reporting 2/1/2019. Like, okay. Then I go on, I say date of last payment. TransUnion is reporting 3/17/2019. Experian is reporting 12/1/2019. And Equifax is reporting 12/1/2019. And then I keep going. I say 2-year payment history. TransUnion is reporting no payment history. Experian is reporting incomplete payment history. And Equifax is reporting I was okay from 6/2020 to 4/2021, right? And then I ask through the issuance of it, I go in the bottom, I say through an issuance, through the issuance of that 1099C, the court cases that have deemed it was unfair for you to report this charge off and receive a tax credit, and all the inaccuracies reporting on this account, can you please delete this account from my credit report? And that's the letter you send to the original creditor. You also say, I've already disputed these inaccuracies through the credit bureaus and they have sent me back verified. That's why it's important that you dispute these things, get the verified. That's why dispute one item, get your verified. Dispute another item, get your verified, and send those letters to them. All these accounts, all these have been continually verified. And then you send them a copy of your credit report to show it. It may be a little thick, but send it to them. You have stacked problems, inaccuracies on top of inaccuracies. You will be able, the creditor don't want to get sued because of all these inaccuracies, right? And then the account is already closed. They're most likely are just gonna remove it off your credit report. I don't want to have to deal with the problems, because there are a lot of problems within your credit report on these charge-offs, because for one, they're not managing them, they're already settled, they're already reporting, they're not going back and updating any information. It's just jacked up. But you just have to line out everything to them, right? I line out everything. I break everything down to them, down to all the different inaccuracies and how they're reporting on my credit. And I'm going to send them a copy of it so they don't have to take my word. Here's my credit report. That's how I look. That's my strategy. And I'm giving you the strategy. I'm giving you the nuggets on what to do when you have received that 1099C and you have the charge off, it's settled. That's why I tell people again, it's so important to settle. Listen, you can listen to people. They say, all these inaccuracies, we can get this deleted. In most cases, that original creditor is not coming off that account, especially when you owe them $10,000, $5,000, $11,000. Are you actually gonna take them to court and sue the original creditor for those $1,000 that you may get when you owe them $10,000, $15,000, right? Even if you won the case and you got $5,000 you owe them fee, you still owe them 10. They still gonna report it on your credit report, and they may try to be evil and take you and try to get in a garnishment if they can garnish you whatever your state you in, and try to garnish those wages. Because now you're in court. They could counter sue and then probably win that part and then sue you. Let's be smart about what we're talking about, right? So I'm telling you. So this is how I address it. I address it talking about the 1099C that I was issued. I address it with a statement about it was inequitable. All this stuff is in my master dispute package. I break down all the court cases that had said it was unfair, that ruled in our favor to get it removed. Then I broke down all the inaccuracies, added them all together up through all the credit bureaus, and then I said, in addition, after I put down all the court cases, in addition, I've listed 15 inaccuracies reporting on my whoever the original creditor is account, ending in whatever those account numbers between TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, Credit Bureau. That's what I do. And then I'm going to send that letter to them with my credit report, any substantial things, they got the 1099C. They know you filed a 1099C, right? All that information, and request that they remove this account from your credit report. There are Fair Credit Reporting Act violations under 1681 2-B, right? You've already settled. You're no longer going to be collecting on this account. You got a tax credit or a tax benefit from receiving this 1099C. You need to go. You need to just break that down to them and see if you're going to get that removed. I'm pretty sure. I'm telling you. When you stack that all together, right? Because now you don't owe them anything. You settled this account. So now if you go sue the original creditor, and you don't owe them any, you've already settled this account, and they're disputing inaccurate information, and you prove it, because you can say under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, under 1681 2-S2B, you are a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? So, and they understand that, right? So, and then request them to remove the debt. Now, let's talk about people that don't have a 1099C, right? You got a charge off on your account. You haven't received the 1099C. So the first thing you need to do, how old is the account? If the account is older than 3 years, right? I would be calling the IRS. Before I call the original creditor and question them, I would call the IRS. Do I have any 1099Cs against me? Right? The IRS looks up and say, we don't have any 1099Cs that are registered to you. Okay, well, I'm curious because I had a charge-off account that they charged off that's 4 years old, and I'm not sure how can they charge off an account, take a loss, and not report the loss to the credit bureau because it was more than $600. I don't know what IRS is going to tell you. They may say, well, they're supposed to be submitting these. So now you say, okay, no problem. Now you're going to go back and you're going to call the original creditor. Okay, original creditor, I have this old charge off that is older than 4 years old. Now, if you haven't settled the account, I tell you, it's settled. Now, I'm talking about people without 1099Cs, and maybe I should have said that have settled the account but don't have a 1099C. And then we'll get to the people that haven't settled, no 1099C. So you settled the account. I'm trying to understand why I have not received a 1099C. We charged off. The account was for $15,000. It was charged off. I did a settlement with you for $5,000. So I no longer know collection activities, but there's $10,000 floating out there that I don't have on the 1099C. Why have you not issued me a 1099C? Because every company has a P&L. The value of a company, I'm an operational manager, I see P&Ls. The value of a company is really illustrated on the company's profits and loss. Their revenue, profits and loss, right? So they can't say a company is worth $1 million if they got 500,000 in losses. That company's only worth 500,000, right? So it's important that they register or submit these profits and losses to the IRS. The IRS is going to give them a credit, boom, boom, boom. But they have to. They cannot just hide it. And if it's 4 years old, they're not going to go back 4 years, 3 years to amend a tax return, right? So you should be asking, why did I not receive a 1099C, right? I am requesting a 1099C for the outstanding balance. Because now if you got that, now you can also use the court cases, right? And use your credit report if there's inaccuracies to get them to remove it. And because they haven't issued you a 1099C, you can go ahead and use that as leveraging power like you never even issued and it was your requirement to. right, by the IRS. And you can use that as leverage to get it off, right? Because they're supposed to be issuing you a 1099C. So let's find out, is that tax fraud? Is the original creditor manipulating that loss somewhere else and not reporting it like it should have been reported? Those are the questions we need to be finding out. Those are the questions we need to be asking to let the original creditors know, hey, we're not going to be having all this funny business out of here. I'm trying to get this charge off removed. So look at that. Pay attention. Look at it. Do your research. IRS, original creditor, ask questions about a 1099. We have settled this account. That's why it's so important. And I want to say something else before I get into the last step. You're going to get people out here that don't understand FICO, right? And the first thing they tell you is it's not going to change your credit score if you pay off the charge off. They don't know what they're talking about. And I'm going to tell you straight up, they don't know. Been doing it for a long time. Your score will go up. I'm not going to say how much, but it will go up because I don't know other things that are reported on your credit report. The reason why. When you have a charge off, you have a balance, you have a past due balance, and most times you have a balance, say the balance is $10,000. So now they're going to say you have a past due balance of $10,000. Right? Then they're going to say that you're late 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, or 120 days, or 180 days. So not only the account's delinquent, you have a balance, you have a past due balance, and then you have a delinquency. If you settled the account, even if you settled that 10,000 account for 2,000, that account goes to zero, right? You're no longer delinquent on that account. And the past due balance goes away, which is your score is going to go up. The other thing is when you're applying for credit, you have a closed account. There is something called DTI. It is outstanding debt that you have reported on your credit report that is still going to go against you. So when you're trying to fight not paying the settlement and then you're trying to get credit and you got this closed account with a high balance and you're trying to go out and get other credit, that's why people get so frustrated. I'm telling you, charge-offs are the most damaging things on your credit report. Beside a bankruptcy, if you filed a bankruptcy, and that's only in the beginning. As it gets older, it's less, it doesn't affect your score as much. But charge-offs damage your credit report the most, more than collection accounts, right? I try to stress to people, try to settle it, try to settle it, try to settle it, and then we can get it off. We can do some things to get it off, but try to settle it, right? So just understand that, settling these accounts, believe me, will improve your credit score. Plus, man, how do you go out and get credit if you got a $10,000 charge off and you're trying to go buy a card? No go. Trying to get credit cards? No go. You can get them subprime cards. Them little cards that's going to charge you annual fees and are labeled subprime cards because of the interest rates, right? But you don't want a bunch of them. I try to tell people you don't want a bunch of them cards on your credit report. People know that them are subprime cards. You want Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, Navy Federal, you want good credit unions. You don't want subprime cards, right? So I'm trying to tell you, I'm telling you real information, and you ain't gotta listen to me. You can go listen to them so-called gurus, and then your credit score is not moving. Or you go to these people, and yeah, they may got a few things, and you thinking they're doing a lot, but you still got a low 500 score, right? Because first of all, they're not showing you how to improve your credit, how to grow your credit, how to build your credit. Just because you remove negative items, don't throw your credit scores in the 600s. There's multiple things you need to do, right? There's multiple things you need to do to improve your credit score to get it to the 700s. Just removing negative items ain't gonna get it there. There's multiple things, right? So now let's talk about people who haven't settled, don't have a 1099, got a charge off, and which I was kind of talking about. But listen, even if that stuff is reported inaccurate, you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna take them to court for the inaccuracies, because even if they have 4 inaccuracies, say you get $1,000 for each one, that's 4,000. If you owe 10,000, you still owe them 6,000. Then they may countersue you while you're in court and then try to get you garnished for the 6,000 that you owe. So you don't want to take a chance in court because you're not sure what could happen, right? So trying to remove a charge off just because they're inaccurate reporting is very difficult. I honestly, since I've been doing this, I have not seen it done. Now, I'm not saying nobody has never got it done. I haven't seen the chances of it happening is probably less than 10%. So you can dispute it all day, and I'm keeping it real with you. All they're gonna do is move some stuff around, move some numbers around. You didn't send 5 or 6 letters, and that thing is still reporting, right? Because the original creditor says this is the balance. I have every charge. I got every payment he made. I know everything he purchased and where he purchased it at on that card. So the original creditor has all the information, right? So it's very difficult. So you gotta think realistically when you're dealing, because some people, man, could be a lot further along in their credit building and fixing their credit, but they so busy, man. I'm keeping it real, trying to get away with everything on their credit report. Some things you're gonna take a loss, man. Take the loss, keep it moving. They took a loss. They kept it moving. We got to just take a loss, keep it moving, get our stuff right so we can get back to investing back in ourselves, doing the things we need to do to grow our own wealth. Quit trying to fight. I mean, I've had people fight for it. I'm not paying them $1,000. I'm like, $1,000, man. Man, please settle that. Get that off your account. Move on. $1,000. Why y'all thinking so small? Like, you got to think bigger. You got to think like, let me get this 1,000 so I can make 20,000. Let me get this credit right so I can get my business going so I can make 100,000. Why people are holding on to these little amounts of credit that they owe and don't even understand that it is limiting them to not moving forward to making much more than that. Excuse me. I'm trying to understand that. Like I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna get it done. If I fall and falter, I know exactly. Yeah, we're gonna settle. I'm gonna get it off. But I am not gonna let that little bitty stuff and be so, I don't like them. They did me bad. I ain't paying them nothing. Listen, you ain't hurting that company. You ain't hurting them. They still making money. Right now, they out there, somebody charging something up right now. You ain't hurting them. The only person you hurting is yourself. Get over that. Get over and move forward, right? Go ahead and get that stuff taken care of. Get that stuff settled. Work on getting it all. Build your credit. Grow your wealth. Invest, right? Open a business. You at some point, you're going to, a lot of people say you don't need personal credit for business. At some point, you will. If you really want to open up a business, like for me, I'm trying to get into a franchise. For me to get an SBA loan, I got to at least have a 685. Right? If I want to get $150,000 to try to get into a franchise, buy into a franchise, have working capital, I got to at least have a 685 so I can stop working and get this business going. Right? I got to at least have that. So everybody ain't got that type of money to be throwing. And I'm not, if I had that 150, I'm not throwing that all in no business. My money, I'm going to use somebody else's money to grow my business, invest my own money, grow my wealth bigger. So I'm telling you, it's so much you need to do. It's just about investing, putting yourself, I'm not going to take my money and just try to open up a business when I could get somebody else to loan me the money to open up my business, get my business off the ground, pay that money back, right? Give them their money back and have my own and continue to grow my wealth, invest my money. So I'm just telling you, it's so much. Quit being so mad at creditors. Quit being so like, I'm not paying them jokers nothing. It's 500. I ain't giving them jokers nothing. I ain't nothing. I'm not doing nothing. No. They didn't piss me off. Don't do that. Because the only person you're hurting is yourself. The only wealth that you keeping from growing is your own. So, we got to get to a point where we're going to take some L's. A football team going to take an L. Basketball team, sometimes we take L. No matter how many good players you have on the court, they're going to take an L. But you're going to come back stronger because you took that L, you learned from it, and you move forward. Now, you ain't going to take those L's like that no more. You growing. So, listen, if you got any questions, I'm here for you. Everybody know. You email me, I'm going to talk to you. I'm gonna sit down, I'm going to break it down to you. If you need help, I'm gonna help you. If you're interested in the Master Dispute package, got great information in it, shoot me an email, I'll get it to you. No complaints so far about that package. I haven't had one complaint about that package, and I'm steady sticking stuff in there. And when people buy the package, I even let them know, look, I'm your outlet. If you need me, you have my number. You have my email address. Shoot me an email, call me, leave me a voicemail. I got you. I'll come back, help you out. I've had some people had it. They put letters together. I say, well, just shoot me the letter. Let me review it for you, and then I'll send it back to you. And I'll leave a note on what you should take out, what you should add in, and just give you some confidence when you send that letter in. So it's more than just buying that package. It's having somebody that can help you through the process. So, but anyway, hey, like, subscribe, share the channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Please hit the thumbs up. I've never had 100 thumbs up. No, I did. I take that back. I did a 1099 video. I had a whole lot of thumbs up. But that's the only one. I need to look. I haven't had any recent. I like to have like 100 thumbs up where they like it. Push the video out, man. Push it out. I'm trying to help people. Sincere, honest, people that have talked to me. If you're on this video, leave a comment. Let them know. Is he sincere? Is he honest? Does he talk to you? Does he take the time out? I've sat on the phone for up to an hour talking to people just to, walk them through what's going on and breaking stuff down to them and keeping it real with them. So this is Larry with the Best Credit Repair channel. I just wanted to come out. This is my video. And I'm going to be shooting more videos out. I know I don't get them out like everybody because I do have a full-time job. I'm commuting from 2 big cities, right? Until I figure out about we working this franchise thing out and still going through the process. So if we get in this frame, I'm going to be probably shooting videos every day because I'm going to have that opportunity. I'm not going to a job. I'm working from home. I can get my business going, take a few minutes out, shoot a video, do some research, all that stuff. So I'm all about growing, and I'm trying to bring y'all with me to get y'all credit right. And then I need to start doing some investment videos. I know some other people talked about business. I need to do some videos on how do you start your business? What did I do to start my business? What steps did I take? And then, because I have business, I have Platinum, American Express Platinum, I got fuel cards, I got MasterCards, I need to do a video on the steps I made to open my business, my credit repair business. But I didn't open my credit repair business, I'm going to cut it off at that. I didn't open my credit repair business honestly, to pay my bills. I am trying to find a business that I can grow, that I can actually become a family business, that I can bring people within the family and grow this business to something big. So this is something because I've been where y'all at. It has changed my life. I understand about credit. My bank account is different. How I handle credit is different. The access to money is different. All this changed it's been 4 years, really changed in 3 years, right? And really kind of changed in 2 years. But in 4 years, I've came a long way. Me and my wife have came a long way, and we're still growing, man. We're still moving. We're still pumping. So our journey is not over with. So this information is for y'all to help y'all figure out where y'all journey is and help y'all in y'all journey get to where y'all need to get. But this is Larry with the Best Credit Repair channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.